are back to another episode of Megatrends by Dr. Jesus Estanislao. Again, I am with no other than Angel Mariscotes to provide you with deeper information we acquired from Dr. Estanislao. Hi, Angel!
Hi, Chaina. I am so glad to do another episode of this once again. Anyway, my dear viewers, we want to share with you guys the statements of Dr. Jesus Estanislao regarding the three megatrends reinforced by COVID-19. Number 1. The rise of the government and big opportunities for some big business. From watching our previous video, I am sure we all know how devastating consequences the pandemic has brought to the Philippines economy. Additionally, what's worse is that due to the funding needed by the Philippines for COVID-19 expenses, our country's debt has risen to 11 trillion pesos in June 2021, making it 23% higher compared to a year ago. This means that by 2022, the debt to GDP ratio will have reached a 17-year high, the highest since 65.7% in 2005. All of this happened as a result of the government spending money to fulfill the country's demands like ayuda, as we say it in Filipino terms.
I know, it's crazy. Nonetheless, it has somewhat provided the big businesses huge opportunities in having higher profit, especially the pharmaceutical industry, as our main focus in the pandemic is the people's health.
It's also good to look for the silver lining, especially when everything seems to be on the negative perspective. Anyway, let's talk about the second megatrend, which is the process of globalization dead on its tracks. As Dr. Estanislao voiced out, it is crucial to become active in bringing back again the standards of living for each and everyone's interest. Furthermore, he also mentioned that the only way to correct this is to reflect on our actions in building a new global order.
Oh right! Due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on people's lives, it is observed that the working class has suffered the most.
I would also like to add that the disrupted global supply chains, especially with the big China footprint, made it extremely challenging for the Philippines to obtain international assistance in combating the pandemic. Unfortunately, it resulted in chaos in the economic and financial system.
That's the sad truth. Moving on, let's talk about the third or last megatrend presented by Dr. Estanislao, and that is massive jump in digitalization. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in the digital age where almost everything is accessible anywhere. I'm glad to say that the digitalization of numerous situations has made our lives uncomplicated and efficient. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, I believe that we were able to survive and continue our life due to technology. Even with the contagious virus spreading around the Philippines, as a student, I was privileged enough to continue my education, and it was possible because of these advancements, like Zoom meetings, Google Meet, Canvas, and other more platforms. Although I had to admit, it did affect my mental health during the adjustment phase, though I still consider myself fortunate to study in the midst of a pandemic. Furthermore, there are tons more advantages of digitalization I can talk about, but it would probably take me hours to finish. Thus, I would like to formally end my discussion here.
Thank you for that, China. Technology is indeed life-changing. Everything has changed, and so is our way of living.
That's because change really is inevitable.
I agree. Thank you for your time, Chai.
Angel, it's always a pleasure discussing with you. Anyway, I have to go. Bye!
Bye!